We're just locked up in here.
We're all kinds of off today. It says we're going live. It says we're going live. I do not know what anybody can see in here, if anything, because that started off the rails before we officially went live. So yeah, we do need confirmation if we could be seen and heard.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know. It got weird before we even really got here.
Picture
Yeah, we're a little
good.
off center, but
Yeah. I can fix quick enough.
Okay, Mr. Spock saying we exist. Thank
Good.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Now we can do this. Hello.
Hi.
Kayla Lords
John Brownstone.
of Loving BDSM, where we help kinksters like you have happy, healthy power exchange relationships. This is our monthly Friday night live stream. We call it a virtual munch. Virtual munch. What are words? It's already bad, y'all. And in 30 minutes, starting at around 10 p.m. Eastern, we will do a Q&A as well. We will chit-chat. We will hang out. It'll get random. It'll get weird. That is the entire point. I'm going to say hello. Hi, Jay. Hi, Rara. Hi, Jess. Hi, X. Hi, Candy Girl. Hi, Pinky. Hi, Christy. Hi, Mr. Spock. Hi, Silent. Hi, Trauma Mama. Yes, Silent, what you didn't see. So JB's using XSplit again. We're trying it out. And when we hit the buttons to go live, the screen of us was very small and centered. Centered in the screen. So JB had to make it bigger, but make sure he didn't make it so much bigger that we fell off the screen. So, hi, CDC. So yeah,
There's going to be just a little bit more movement.
And that yes, there's going to be more movement to switch the camera around. Hi, Ethan. So yeah, hopefully XSplit continues to cooperate. That's Lola snorting in the background.
She decided to join us, and she came, sat down at my feet, and now she's rolling around.
Yes, inches from the tripod.
Yeah,
so
I know.
I hope y'all don't end up looking up at us from the ground. Hi, Bert. So, yeah, we're here. If you're new to this, I mean, I already said in the intro, it's gonna get weird. It's gonna get random. We start there from 9:30 to 10. We're just easing into things, getting our bearings. Oh, Silent. No, I don't think I could. I don't exactly watch a lot of Twitch streams, but I do every so often come across a video on YouTube that was clearly a Twitch stream. And I am apparently an old lady because I'm like, can you make the screen any bigger? I can't actually tell what's going on. Hi, Mally. So, yeah, so I heard, Trauma Mom was saying computer problems, held up closing. We're so insulated from stuff. I didn't know there was a problem until I went online and everybody was talking about
right.
They couldn't do anything. I was like, oh, oops.
Yeah, and didn't seem like we were affected.
Well, no, because we don't use apparently nothing we use uses CrowdStrike is the name of it, I think.
Okay.
It's a security something. They pushed out an automated update. It broke everything.
Oh, okay. The update.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Cheeky Luna. I mean, like landing, flights and hotel check-ins, and it broke everything. Everything connected to it, anyway. So yeah, but I guess until people learned it was, I think it's called CrowdStrike. It's called something Strike. Everybody was blaming Microsoft because it was Microsoft-run stuff, apparently. Yeah. Yeah, Silent, that's what it was. That's what the internet told me anyway. My favorite were the posts online of people going, when Friday afternoon at work, it's like when everything's down, but not at your office. You gotta keep working. They were like, how?
Do you remember back in the day, Microsoft Office had the little paperclip assistant?
Yeah, it's creepy as fuck. It's always been creepy as fuck. There goes our monetization.
Yeah. Clippy.
Yeah, it's creepy as fuck.
Clippy did that.
Are we blaming Clippy?
Clippy did that.
I'm sure Clippy's got some built-up fucking rage. Clippy did not ask to be the weirdo assistant for everybody.
Right? And then just be discarded.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely turn, everybody's bitching. I was one of them. Turn off fucking Clippy. No, who asked for Clippy? Poor Clippy. I'm sure Clippy needs therapy at this point.
Yep. Yeah, Clippy was behind it.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. I was always annoyed by Clippy, but I also have a thing, and then even in weird ways, like with people it makes sense, but with computer generated things, I'm like, if I didn't fucking ask for your help, get the fuck out of my face. Like, I just irrationally angry. We have a rain situation going on outside.
Yeah.
It's what I would call good sleeping weather. Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am, please do not hit a tripod. We don't need... You would like me to give you love? I will give you love.
So far, I've heard a lot of thunder, but have not seen lightning. Whoop.
You're going to hurt yourself, baby. I don't think you...
What are y'all doing over there?
She has decided to roll over onto the tool thing that we purchased to clean up poop and then never used or took the stickers off of, and certainly never took to the backyard to clean up said poop.
And now she's on the run.
Yeah, I mentioned poop. X, I was very jealous of y'all's rain. I was like, please send us some of your rain.
Right? We definitely do not get the rain like we used to.
No. I mean, I think we say this every summer now. You used to be able to set your watch by the afternoon thunderstorm in Florida.
Every day.
Not here.
Nope. No, she settled down on her cot now.
Yeah, the excitement's over. Oh, I saw a little flash.
Did you?
A little one. Oh my gosh. I'm exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I am absolutely exhausted. I know I say that every month.
Yeah.
And this one feels weird because I didn't feel like I did anything physically strenuous enough to warrant the level of tired.
Yeah. I know. It's been one of those. We had a bit busy week, and the week ended on a busy note.
Yeah, so. I've kind of gotten to where I'm like, well, that's just life, isn't it? Isn't that what life does? Life just life's over there.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I nenever heard from the kid. So
of course not.
We mentioned in this week's episode, the 18-year-old becomes the 19-year-old on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's going to spend part of the day here, but he wants to be in his apartment to go to bed tomorrow night. And I get it. If the only thing that ever sucked about visiting my mom back in the day was not sleeping in my own damn bed. So I texted him and said, hey, I plan on leaving around 9-ish in the morning. Let me know. That was 4 or 5 hours ago. He has not let me know. You want to know when I'm going to get that text? It's going to be 3 a.m. He is on y'all are all on emergency bypass. I will be jolted out of sleep. Mm-hmm. But I won't turn off emergency bypass. There are certain people I want to know if you're having an emergency. You can wake me up at 3 a.m. However, he only wakes me up for bullshit.
Oh, goodness.
You know, Mr. Spock, I know that the mental stuff is as exhausting, sometimes more exhausting. Mm-hmm. I just always feel like I guess I'm supposed to be immune to it because it wasn't overly stressful. Like, it wasn't devastating, so why am I tired? Well, and I'll say this, Christy. He's not completely on his own. He does have 3 roommates. But on his own enough. Like he was like, you know how I wanted to grow up real fast and get the hell out? He's like, I think I was a dumbass. Yeah, baby, you were. You really were. This adulting shit's for the fucking birds. He's gotten very philosophical. He is finding himself out there. I'm like, okay. Yeah, 12 days, 20 days. That's, I feel for y'all. I haven't had to do anything like that in many, many years. And that was when I was much younger and I was still wiped out. So I don't know what I would do if it was me now. I'd have to like train for it like a fucking marathon or something. I know, Mr. Spock. Why did we want to rush it?
Why did we? Didn't know how good we had it.
I'll say this. The 14-year-old is not a dumbass. I was talking to him tonight, and we were talking about something, and he was like, I do not want to be on my own at 18 like brother. And I went, well, nobody's expecting you to. He's like, yeah, he's like, that's stupid. I'm not doing that. I'm like, glad somebody could learn the lessons.
All right. Well, by that point, hopefully we can say, okay, you can take care of the fur babies.
We're out.
We're see you later.
I gotta go be naked somewhere.
Catch you on the flip
side. It's not my house. Yeah, I'm gonna go travel. Yeah. I can't even, like, my brain cannot even wrap itself around that.
I know.
I mean, part of it is because just the nature of how life has been from the time I had them to the thought of just being able to go somewhere without either having to figure out childcare or to like bring them, like my brain just can't even, it just can't.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know. Right. So the thing is I do kind of grapple with that of, I don't think currently, and a lot can happen in 4 or 5 years. The youngest is not equipped to be on his own at 18, like his brother is stumbling through and figuring out. He's just not built that way. And it's fine, quite frankly.
Right.
But I do, and so I'm like, we're supportive, however long you need to be here, whatever that transition looks like, however life sorts out, okay, fine. But also I have that other thought of, but I need you people to go. This was the promise I got to make to myself. That eventually, like, I know the day we're actual empty nesters, I will sob. I will lose my shit. Much like I did when we dropped the oldest off at college and I was like, oh my God, I've abandoned my baby. What, like, oh my God. But also I would like to have the opportunity to be devastated by being an empty nester. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No, I can already see the youngest slowly in his own way maturing.
Yeah.
I can see the strides he's made just with, some of the stuff, professionals that he works with. Like, I can see it. So
yeah,
I am hopeful for the future.
No, I've been seen a big difference in him. A good difference.
Yeah, a positive big
difference.
Yeah.
And things have been going in a very good direction with him right now.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to say what I was thinking, because the moment you talk about how pick a positive thing about your life, the moment you say, oh, it's been, then it will not. So I'm not going to say what it has been like, but it has been that thing. And, if it wants to stay that thing for a good long while, I'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
So, what's going on with us? We've done our old people thing. We've done the weather. We've talked about how tired we are. We've talked about the kids.
Right.
So, like,
we can talk about what we've been watching.
Oh yeah, we're on season 2 of Outlander.
Yeah. So
here's the really ironic thing of that. One, I've been reading that series in some form or fashion since I was 13. First of all, I feel so fucking old. But second of all, it is one of the few books, I'm not a rereader, is one of the few series I have reread multiple times. I've owned multiple copies of the series because I would get the books and then I would donate them because I didn't have space for books, and then I would get the books and then I would donate them because I didn't have space. And now I have them again. I'll just take these to my grave. Thanks. But when Outlander first came out, we couldn't watch it because I think it was on Stars or something, and we didn't get that. And then when it was finally available to us, I think we got through like half of the first season and just, I don't know what the hell happened. And now we're back, and we're about halfway through season 2, I think. Yeah, it's really good. You know, here, I was thinking about it. You know how there have been several nights you've been like, hey, do you want to watch some Outlander? Do you want to just scroll on your phone? You want to read your book? And I've told you, I'm like, oh, I'd rather watch my videos. I'd rather read whatever. I figured out why. Like, I enjoy watching it, but it requires a mental space where, even though I know what the fuck is going to happen because I've read all the books multiple times, it's a show that has enough drama that it creates angst, and I can't just sink into it. It's not brain candy.
Okay.
And so it's like I have to be like mentally prepared to sit through. Like it's not a fun little like, yeah. It's not the cotton candy of TV shows.
No, that is very true. That is very true. And I see, you know, Christy mentioned Game of Thrones. I'm waiting for all the episodes to drop for this.
For House of Dragons.
House of Dragons, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, so, okay. Loved the Outlander series, the books. I own the physical copies, but currently I cannot read physical books. I need the backlight of the Kindle app or an e-book reader, an e-reader. So I've got to. We've had this conversation for a couple weeks now. I need to get the Libby app. I need to get it connected to my library card, and I need to like check because I do want to read them again. It's made me want to read them again. Yeah. It's been a while since I have read the books. And I don't mind sex scenes. I mean, I'm not the person who's like, oh, they don't add anything. No. I think they don't have to add anything, but they do sometimes add something. I'm such I have such an aversion to voyeurism, though it does make me a little uncomfortable, but I'll watch it. It's fine. But I need to go back and reread the books because in the show, Jamie hadn't found her clit yet, and I'm just annoyed. And upon penetration, depending on the scene, I mean, I haven't seen all of them yet, so maybe the series lets him find her clip before we get to the end. I don't, like, he sticks it in and, like, 2 seconds later, I'm like, I know G-spot only folks exist. I know, but it's just not that common. And she's already a time traveler. Like, I don't think she can be all the rare things. Like, he's a beautiful man who clearly wants to be a good lover. Somebody let him find the clit. Like, just give him a little map. He'll do it. If somebody will just tell him, he'll do it. That's the thing that's been annoying me.
Okay. There's always something.
Well, Kim, it's okay that you're late. You're never late. You got here right when you were supposed to. My own book was making me almost late for our own stream, and it wasn't that it was making me late. It was I was kind of getting into it, but then my editor brain turned on.
Oh goodness.
So the book is 2 points of view: female main character, male main character, witch, and wolf shifter. And that's fine. And they're first person, and that's fine. And I know with first person, you get more telling than you get showing because you're in their head. And I get that. But my editor brain went, why are you telling me about this when you literally, I was writing in my head the scene where you could have shown me what happened? And so I want the story to be good, but I am getting more and more annoyed. And everything's happening. So some things are moving really slow. I'm 27% in to the book. And I think it's a series. So I think this is book 1. And it's a fairly long book. Like most of the books I've been reading lately, they're not that long. And And no, I don't remember the title right now. But they've already gotten to the, hey, we're into one another as fated mates, even though there was supposed to be angst, but we haven't gotten to what the actual, what's the word I want? Conflict is. Like, I can't figure out, like, is the conflict this other alpha who's clearly creepy and gross and like the baddie? Is it the supposed curse that our wolf shifter love interest is under? What, like, and yes, she did not know she was a witch, and her powers did not manifest at age 16 like they were apparently supposed to. She's now 32, and she's just figuring it out, and she's picking it up so fast with so little instruction and help that I'm like, and also nobody has trust issues in this story. So the two wolf shifter alphas are clear rivals, hate one another, but the love interest has admitted to the creepy guy we don't like that this witch that everybody like is freaked out about is his fated mate. You should keep that close to the vest. Why are you telling your enemy that? The witch goes into a complete strange town 3 hours over, goes to what seems to be like a witchy kind of shop. It's an actual witch with her own bit of magic, spills her guts about her family, about her supposed fated mate, the guy with everything. She's not vetted this woman. She does not know if this is a safe person to confess to. I want to like this book. It drew me in when I read the preview, but I am... Yeah. So, yeah. I'm like, there's other ways that you could have told this story, and you're doing a lot of telling and not a lot of showing. And I'm imagining the ways I could have been shown. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know how you would have shown me this. Oh, you have to tell me. Okay. But then, so I don't know. Will I continue it? I don't know. I'm waiting to see if when they get to the sex part, the sex is hot. And I can forgive a lot when the sex in a book is good. I can forgive a lot. Not everything, but a lot. Anyway. No, Silent. The Gilded Blood series was very good. I enjoyed that. I think I finished all of that. Did I finish all of that? Yeah. Yes, I finished all that. That was a delightful... The Gilded Blood series, the first book is inked. It's kind of there's conflict, and there's definite conflict, and sometimes things like get fixed a little faster than you might imagine. But to me, the first book was actually not the best of the whole 4-book series, but everything built upon itself. To like, I enjoyed it. Like, is it literature? No. No.
Yeah, you
was
told me about inked.
Yeah. And I re-borrowed it so that when you're ready, you can read it. Yeah, no. What? I have my phone here. Let me pull up my app. What is this book? Cursed Bonds, an Alpha's Destiny. I'm at 32%. 200 page 216 0670. I don't know. I don't hate it so much that I'm like, there's no fucking way in hell I'm going to continue this.
Yeah.
But I'm not zipping through it either. But also, I don't know. Yeah, no. The Gilded Blood series was interesting. We had magic. We had a definite baddie. We had people who were being treated like royalty and did not want to be royalty. Yeah, it was good. The only thing I didn't like about the Gilded Blood series, and it was book 1 that did it. It was one of those things where a part of the two characters' like arc of their love story could have been like the prologue to show this, and then we get into the present day kind of, and instead it had to get like weirdly like name dropped as we did this. They had this one night stand, like a few times, and then like towards the end of book 1, again, you told me about it, you didn't show it. I'm like, this could have been done differently. But that one was not such a so jarring that I couldn't overlook it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, right now I'm reading the last book in the I Got Drunk series.
oh god, that's just a cozy little smutty romance series.
Yeah.
Like it's not that fucking deep, and I
No,
like that.
It's a fun read.
Yes.
Is what it
I
is.
also really like the titles. I Got Drunk and
I got
drunk, and you're reading I Got Drunk and Saved a Human.
right.
I got drunk and
rescued a demon.
And what, yeeted us something?
I yeeted a love potion on a werewolf.
Yes. Those are good.
Yeah.
Those were good. Yeah. Like the conflict wasn't too conflicty.
Yeah, no.
The romance was highly predictable, and yet that one and the Gilded Blood series, what got me for both of those was the banter and the writing style and the humor that came through. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. And
you're absolutely right. They've been getting better. The books have been getting better.
I really appreciate that. The Kimberly Lemming might be the author of the I Got Drunk and series. And the first book we read, the I Got Drunk and
Rescued a Demon.
Thank you. That was like her debut novel.
Ah, okay.
And I like when I know I'm reading an author's first book and we keep going and you can see the progression of their abilities as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So.
All right.
Yeah, so watching, reading. I think Mr. Spock mentioned ages ago, we hadn't talked about food yet. I do see where Silent said way back in the chat, I think all the sex is why I never wanted to watch Outlander. The first season, so far, there's more sex in season 1 than there has been in season 2. There's a lot more strife in season 2.
Yeah.
Even knowing what's coming, like, it's funny, I will be watching Outlander, and then I start watching you, and then a couple times, I haven't said anything because I don't want spoilers, there have been, like, name drops of people I know will be future important characters, and I'm just like, do I go pay attention to that one or just leave it alone? But yeah, this season so far, season 1 is a lot because it's the two, main characters coming together, being madly in love with one another, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I do, yes, Trauma Mama, Kimberly Lemming. I can't remember what I was going to say. No, I remember liking the romance in the books and the build up and the yearning and the struggle for Claire against here's my future / past is what I came from in my time. Here's this the yearning of that and the conflict of that I think was better in the books because you could feel it in a different way. You know? You had to imagine it for yourself as opposed to them showing you on the show, but definitely not enough to like for it to be a critique for me. It's just the nature of book versus show. Yeah, I have a Amazon list. I do it just to remind myself, and it's just easily right there of books that are coming up from authors I've really liked. And Kimberly has it's a funky title too, but it's something about an alien. That's the next one coming up in maybe next year, maybe later this year. I don't know.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've read I went through a string of reading some pretty decent books, and now I'm kind of back and I'm in a slog. That's okay though.
It can be like that. It can be like that.
Yep.
So, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna open up the Q&A like less than a minute early, because I have the power.
That's true. You do.
I will not sing the song that came to my mind when I said.
Now I know which one you're talking about, but
I got the power is all I'm going to say. So we will go ahead. We will keep chatting and being random and weird in between questions, but we will open it up for questions. So the way this works, one, please tag us in live chat. If you type @ and then start typing our name, it'll pop up selected. It lights it up for us so we can see that there's been a question. If your question requires more than a couple of sentences for like context or backstory, this is probably not the right venue. We have a contact page on our website. Feel free to reach out there. If we get a few questions in a row and we don't get to yours fast enough, do not spam the channel. You will get put in a timeout by our lovely moderators who have our full authority to do what they need to do. Questions can be about kink situations you're in, kink concepts you're uncertain about, questions about us, like if you're curious, whatever. And when like I said, when there are no questions, we're just going to chat. We do need to do the food chat. We have not talked about food. I don't have anything interesting to say about food right now.
No.
Other than that we desperately need to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
I did order, oh my God, the almost 19-year-old. It's kind of delightful that he just doesn't give a fuck about food. Like he's not like his mother and food driven. But it's like, I'm trying to plan your birthday. What was there anything you'd like? I don't care. Is there any place you want to go? I'm probably not going to know. So I ended up ordering cupcakes, and I had to kind of do a like 20 questions thing via text with the child to figure out if he was okay with what I was thinking of ordering. But they're prepaid for. I just have to go to Publix and pick them up because, yes, Publix cupcakes. We still don't know what he wants to eat for tomorrow night for his birthday dinner. But he is special enough. He's getting to go out. I'm not making a home-cooked meal. When the 14-year-old becomes the 15-year-old, he will get that treatment as well. It's just us dumb adults that just have to suck it up and eat a home-cooked meal. True. I'm drinking Diet Coke. I'm not imbibing anything. I'm sort of sad, but also I'll wake up better that way. I get real sluggish. Even the smallest thing. Like, I don't know. I did have the thought, and I said something, and JB gave me that, oh, okay, that's an idea, kind of like grunty sound. And I was like, what we need is to make some homemade margaritas, because I've been jonesing for some margaritas and some queso. And actually, I'm happy to order the chips and queso from the Mexican restaurant. And we just need to like drink margaritas, eat our weight in chips and queso, and binge watch something.
Okay. I'm down.
We just have to get the tequila because that is something we don't have. We do not have tequila. So, yeah, the cupcakes I got a mix of vanilla and chocolate cupcake, and then the frosting is a cookies and cream mousse. I was like, okay, that'll be different.
I look forward to trying it. Yeah, they sound...
and it's a dozen, so we can have more than one.
Yay.
Now, did I get some pitiful looks when I explained to others who live here that the birthday boy would be given the option to take his cupcakes home with him? Yeah, I can order you more cupcakes. They were $11, so I think I can do this. But
anywho.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, you sound pretty, I
know, and then I ran out of steam.
Real quick, too.
Real quick, I know. We're at 10:04. It's way too early to run out of steam.
And I was worried it was going to be me going down.
It already is. Can you ramble into the microphone for a while?
Could I ever?
There's a first time for everything, okay? We, in the course of this podcast and live streams and all the things we do, we've gotten you to actually rant a time or two.
That's true.
Anything is possible if you just believe. mean, what if I just sat here quietly? How long would it take for one of us to crack? One of us would crack.
Probably you.
Probably me. Probably me. No. I'm thinking about those margaritas now.
Same.
What is our favorite type of cupcake? Anything with more frosting than cupcake.
Right.
Actually, I like chocolate. But I also love a buttercream frosting. But I also love a cream cheese frosting. I just like frosting. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But when it comes to cupcakes, the ones I'm always drawn to are those like really intricately decorated ones. I like those.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh Lord. Thank you, Silent. Yeah, now I want a cupcake. Well, I'll get a cupcake tomorrow.
You will
I don't know
tomorrow.
what I'm like acting like it's a thing I'm missing out on. It's happening. I have to go to Publix to actually pick it up. That's the travesty there.
Yeah.
They won't just magically appear at my door. Not for $11. They won't.
Yeah, no. And and then tomorrow you're going to pick up the oldest.
Yes, so we made a deal if he was gonna be home, and not a deal with the kid. The kid, this is his birthday wish, is to come home, but then to go back home, if you know what I mean. So the deal was made between the adults. I was like, look, I'll go get him in the morning by myself. I'm happy to do that drive. It's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
However, the evening drop off, I don't know what time that'll be. I was like, JB, can you drive? I'll ride with you. I just don't want to drive at night. So
yeah,
that was the agreement, which I don't mind because I don't get. I mean, driving in some ways can be a little like you're not really supposed to zone out while you drive, but you know what I mean. Like you can kind of just like chill a little bit as long as traffic's not awful and stressful. And it's technically alone time. I should not consider drives 45 minutes down the road alone time, but it's the closest I can get these days. And I kind of like it sometimes, especially when, like, as of right now, knock on wood, the anxiety is like chillaxed. Like she's there. She's always there, peeking out around the corner of the door.
But not like...
She's not riding my ass right now.
Okay, okay. All right.
So, Candy Girl asked, I'd love to know the full story of why you hate your Instagram handle.
Oh, get comfortable now.
I don't know. I've told this story enough. I feel like I have a shorthand for it. So I don't know.
Wow,
I don't know how it's going to come out until it comes out. I might get ranty. I might just express it calmly. May the odds be forever in your favor. Or ever in your favor. Whatever. Let me center myself. So, the Instagram handle, if you don't know, is a travesty of our fucking name. Okay? We are Loving BDSM. Nearly everywhere I have Loving BDSM, even if I had to add letters to the end of it. We're Loving BDSM everywhere, but not on Instagram or Threads. So, once upon a time, a long, long time ago, we were at Loving BDSM on Instagram. We were. I was posting. We were growing. It felt good. It's our name. Something happened. I think a vanilla found us and we got reported. Lost our whole fucking account. Like not we're like putting you in timeout, but account gone. No appeal, no nothing. Gone. It was also at a time when Facebook, owned by Meta owns both of them, Meta is Facebook, whatever, was not letting you put certain words in a handle. BDSM, sex, kink. That's not quite true anymore. It was definitely true for a time several years ago. So when I was like, fuck it, I'll remake our goddamn Instagram account, I couldn't get another version of our name just tweaked. I couldn't get anything with BDSM in it. Nothing. So I was like, how do I convey that we're about at least power exchange minimum? I was like, Loving. Okay, that's part of our name. And I went DS. I didn't like it, but at least it was like, that was, I think, too short. Maybe somebody else had it. Whatever it was, I had to fucking add a number to the end. 1. So not only is it no longer our fucking name, Loving BDSM, it's like this bastardization of what I'm trying to convey. fucking loving DS and the number one. And I have to say the number one because you have to let people know that don't spell out one. It's not WON one. It's number one. It's bullshit. I want my name back. And people will, well-meaning people go, oh, you can always change your handle. Not to the one I fucking want. Now, I have not tried in many years. It's been several years. Maybe on a whim one day I'll try, but I have zero faith. Zero faith. I'm going to get loving BDSM.
I know.
So that is why I fucking hate it. It was mine. We did have it. It was ripped away. And now I have to be a stupid fucking handle that I fucking hate. Pisses me off so much. Pisses me off so much. Shelby asked if I thought about writing my own Power Exchange series. And Silent already kind of answered. I did a million years ago. You could not pay me enough money to read that because I can't cringe that hard. I can listen to myself on an audio recording. I can watch myself on a video. Not reading that writing. I never felt strong as a fiction writer. I did it because I was interested in it, because it was fun. Yeah. If it's ADHD, the ADHD was ADHDing. I don't know, but I think that possibly. And I enjoyed it, but that is also in the writing and the putting out of the little bit that I did write was when I realized I am not built. I'm built to write. Writing, not a problem. I'm not built to be an author who has to be in the world with her own fiction books. Like, gotcha. I was always, even though I've always had a little bit of about my writing, and not these days, I'm much more confident, but back in the day. But when I was talking about my own personal life, there, people could critique it. They could say they didn't believe it. They could say they didn't like it, but that didn't affect me because I knew what my truth was, so it was no big deal. Fiction? Oh my God, fiction? No. No. Okay. All right. Woo. So I wrote it. I for a while, I didn't take it down. I just took down any mention of it anywhere. And then at some point, I think I kind of, again, Silence says if you know where to look. The thing is, if you go to Amazon and a few other, like most other any major ebook retailer, and search Kayla Lords, I will probably come up. They're still there. I just don't think about them, talk about them.
Nope. You wrote those long
time ago. 10 years?
Yeah, if not, yeah.
Yeah, and the agony I felt every time I was like, well, you got to promote this if you want somebody to read it. You got to write some more if you want to have it was really bad for my mental health. I was like, let's follow this. I've got enough things I want to do. I do not feel like I'm missing out by not doing that anymore. Okay. No, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Silent. Am I really going to make a YouTube short of anything? That's actually short form content, reels, shorts. I wouldn't do TikTok. I'd get really pissed every time they'd ban me. So
she'd have to do a series of shorts.
But short form content is probably for promotional purposes where I need to be.
Yeah.
And I should focus on it. And I can't make myself. I come up with ideas. I come up with ideas all the time, but and that is that creative resistance that some people will feel like within them of, you can do it, you could do it, you know what to do, you just don't. Like there's a thing that stops you. Yeah, I got that. So, it's every time you remind me of that, like my brain goes, yeah, I remember that, but then I'm also like, what? I feel like it's I did meet Rara that way.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. But no, and that was very much I inserted myself into the stories that I wrote, The series, anyway. That was a very much a self-insert. That made it easier to write. I have always been better at writing my own internal whatever than making other shit up.
True.
So, yeah. But, and actually, yeah, apparently I if I had just waited a few years, you know, but I don't, like, it was big when I was writing it because 50 Shades had come out just a couple years prior, and so everybody was looking for BDSM stuff. They're still looking for it today. We just didn't really have TikTok, but I don't think I could handle anything I've written being found by Book Talk. I'm not strong enough for that. No. No. That was a thing I did. They're still out there. Hey, most months I make about 70 cents from Amazon. So a couple dollars from the distributor is Smashwords, but it goes out all kinds of places from that. Make a couple dollars that way. It's fine. I'm out there.
It's a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah, if we wait for the end of the year, it's a cup of coffee. And just move the 70 cents into savings every month. In December, we'll go get a small hot coffee. It'll be great. Yeah, no. No, yeah, I did it. I won't rip them down. Maybe one day I will. I don't know. Okay, just a reminder for anybody maybe who's just arrived, had walked away for a while when we said it a little bit ago. We are taking questions. Please tag us in live chat. It lights it up so we can see it. You can ask about whatever you would like to ask about, including us.
J2 and you reading multiple books a day.
If I had more time. But you know what? I actually, unless it's like a book or a series that just is gripping me by the throat, I have too many other things I have to put it down after a while. I'll actually get like annoyed when I've read just a little too much for too long. So it actually works out that I like it to get to a point where I'm like, man, I haven't read my book in a while. I really want to be able to sit down and read it. That would feel good. Like, that's the feeling I want, because then it means I have a lower tolerance for crap books, though, because I'm like, this is the only fucking time I have to read. You are not wasting my time with bullshit, right? Like, it's...
I don't know.
Oh, God, Silent. Silent said, here's a question I saw today on Reddit. Someone was worried that they're too goofy to be a dom. Well, I need to introduce them to JB. You are... Really? Do not play with me.
I know.
Some of my favorite doms are at least a little bit goofy and silly. I get a little worried about the folks that take themselves too seriously. Like, you're gonna, like, give yourself a stroke or something. Like, just... Like, yes, kink is serious. Power exchange is serious. Please take it seriously. But also, aren't we supposed to be having fun? Like, it's fun, we call it play for a reason, right?
I mean, you could be as serious about it as you want, or you could be as,
And sometimes you need to be serious. There are moments, depending on the dynamic, when you got to be a little serious. But I've got a reel scheduled for that fucking handle I hate. And I can't remember what I said on it, but it's the meme of the two people, the man and woman, laughing until they're crying. And I captioned it something about, when something weird happens in a scene, and I'm like, that's us. Yeah, Rara, I think that's a lot of it, male doms, kneeling, female submissive. But I mean, I've come across, and I will not try to speak like I know anything about a female dominant experience, but I have come across a few that I was like, it's in my head. I would never say it to them. I was like, it's okay to be a little silly. Maybe this isn't the platform where you could be silly. Maybe you don't feel safe feeling silly here. I've come across a few, but yeah, it is primarily the people that take a very cis het view of power exchange. Yeah. Oh, Lord, I'm going to pee. How many times has that happened, even in a small scene? JB's doing something to drive me crazy, and I get to laughing, and I'm like, no, I'm going to pee on myself. Yeah, I have learned that over time that if we can't have moments, appropriate-ish moments where we dissolve into like just giggles, like I don't want to. My only power exchange relationship outside of you, it was very serious.
Yeah,
and I wasn't confident in myself as a submissive enough. I was still too new to it. I was also in maybe a low level, but some level of frenzy. So I was like eating it up, like, oh yeah. It's so I like the stern, I like this, but the cracks in the armor that I didn't notice until I was out of it and could look back at it was anytime I got a little silly, he got a little annoyed. It wouldn't have lasted long term. Yeah, Rara, I think our scenes got better when we started being sillier, you know, or allowing ourselves to be more playful. Yeah. Like sometimes I like the serious and intense. There's a time and a place where, whoa, that is hot. I'm here for it. But yeah, I really enjoy when we're laughing. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? I don't know. Mike's probably can't pick it up. Lola is dreaming.
Mm-hmm.
She's making little noises. And, of course, she goes quiet now. I mean, Rara, I think if anybody tries to stay serious in the face of a pink rubber ducky paddle, I mean, they have problems. I mean, the reality is, like, weird bodies are going to make funky noises when you least expect it. Bodies are going to do weird things when you least expect it. If we did not laugh when one of us cramped up, I mean, how miserable would that be? I know. The vanilla world is trying to make me miserable already. I'm not going to let my kink life be miserable, too. Like,
well, you know, prior to you, I had one sub, and we were in a high protocol.
Sure.
And that worked well for us. We tried it in the beginning with us because that's kind of what I was used to.
Sure. And I understood some form of that lower level, but sure.
And, you know, it was okay, but it really wasn't.
It got better once
we realized, hey, we can, you know, we don't have to be this uptight about it. Yep. Then things got much better.
Yep. Yeah. They did. And now, I mean, I would not try to negate anybody else's experience or preferences. And I know for some people that high protocol, like, kind of headspace that does it for them. That's what they want.
Sure.
And I think there are moments where, it would be inappropriate to get silly in the kind of scene you're trying to have. But I mean, what about the other moments when you just get to be a human being existing, you know? I don't know. Like, now, X, I do not disagree when, you know, you're really enjoying yourself and the leg cramp, like, fucks with you. Yeah, but, I mean, for my thing is, I could be pissed off about it, or I could be like, yeah, okay, you know, sort of it's laugh or cry. I'm going to choose to laugh. Yeah. But, and I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it's funny to watch somebody else get the cramp. Once you know that they're okay, you do the check-in of, oh my God, are you okay? And they go, oh, it's just a cramp. I'm an awful human being. I might have a grin. I might giggle a little bit. Ethan, email is better for longer questions. We do most of them through the podcast now when a question comes to us, but if somebody were to email us a question and go, I just want a written response when you get a chance, it takes me a while because it's a mental energy thing. Shout out to everybody sitting in our FetLife DMs. FetLife is another good way, but yeah, written is is the best way for long form questions. So, yeah, and the funny that I enjoy is when something went kind of like wrong or crazy, or we were like, what the hell? And it's later when, you're calmed down, maybe you have your clothes back on, you've had a drink of water.
Yeah.
And you could like really start
Then
laughing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to laugh at the absurdity of shit. I just kind of have to.
Yeah.
But I'm also the one who's cracking jokes at funerals, so. I mean, I know my audience, like, I don't, like, go up to the grieving party and be like, let me tell you this joke I heard. But if I am sitting next to somebody, usually JV, but it might be one of my other family members, and I know that they will get it, oh, yeah, I'm gonna let that slide on out. We cut tension with laughter and humor around here. Because, whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, Silent, you can contact us on
Right.
FET, and eventually I will respond. Eventually the guilt eats at me, and I'm like, okay. Set aside some time, set aside some mental energy. Yeah, X, we'll get to it. I always feel bad about that because we, over all the years we've been doing this, we've always been real open with feel free to reach out. And some people just reach out because they've, that's what they want to do. And I always, for a long time, I was on it. I was responding immediately. And then I realized that I was stressing myself out a lot. And I was approaching burnout. And so I have to listen to the mental energy more these days than I used to. And sometimes it means it's a while. I always feel bad when it's literal weeks. I have gotten better. So what that used to mean when I was just answering every message that came through, basically as it came through, it meant that I was taking seriously some of the creepier messages, not like the gross messages, not a dick pic, not a, be my mistress bullshit. Like, just read a fucking bio. Anyway, but like the ones where it's like you get a feeling of, do I need to take a shower now that I've read this? And I would feel a lot of guilt if I didn't answer those too, and I don't feel guilt about those anymore. Not those. We just we just delete. So Ethan asks, I don't know if it's too much in the weeds, but do you consider kink in the same vein of sexuality as an orientation?
Or as orientation.
Yeah. I know that there are some people who do, and I know that we sometimes use similar language, like when you want to tell somebody that you're kinky and that's like part of who you are, an inherent part of who you are. Right. We sometimes use the language of, coming out, or in our case, we were outed. And that was sucked. And I know that there are consequences for people who are found to be kinky, but I also know that some people, kink is not who they are, it's what they do. For me, it is who I am. The submissive part of me is who I am. I think if somebody wants to consider it an orientation, like we would for sexuality or gender or whatever, I think that's okay. But I am well aware that not everybody will or I think that's okay too.
And it's a personal thing.
Very personal, yeah. Because it is this is who I am versus this is what I do for some people. But yeah. I don't think there's a right answer, wrong answer. I think there's a very personal answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think for myself it would feel right to look at it as an orientation, but I do consider it to be who I am.
Part of who you are, yeah.
And yeah,
I see.
For me, it's not a thing that I think the whole world, that I want the whole world to know about for sure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think it's personal.
Yeah.
I think it should be like handled sensitively, because there are dangers to kinky people for being found out to be kinky, but there are life-threatening dangers for gender and sexuality in a way that, at least in Western society, is not necessarily true of kink. So I think that has to be thought of too. Okay. Bert asked tips for a little sub interested in another little sub, but neither of us know how to flirt or initiate.
Oh.
I'm the last one who could help because I don't know how to initiate. If I'm not with a person who can pick up on the 30-second clue that I have just dropped, we're screwed.
I'm not sure I could even offer any advice on that.
I think, you know what? I would almost say that maybe so every relationship eventually can work out its own shorthand of communication. So eventually you can get to a point where you know what a look means, you know what a phrase means, like you know the subtext of it, right? I would say if you find it difficult to flirt, you find it difficult to initiate, then I get that the playful part can be really fun. Until you're there, I think you just gotta be real fucking blunt. I'm not trying to be coy or silly or like drop a hint. I'm gonna tell you that at Tuesday at 9 p.m. I need us to get freaky. What that looks like, we can decide then. But like, I think that for those of us who find it difficult to initiate or difficult to flirt or difficult to realize that we're being flirted with, I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to figure that out, when sometimes blunt, straightforward communication, one, gets the job done. You're going to get to the fun part you're trying to have. And two, the more communication you have, open, direct communication, I think that's how you develop a shorthand, because you say the direct thing and then eventually you can kind of give a look, because and sometimes you have to explain, hey, when I like waggle my eyebrows at you, like I'm like something is wrong with me physically, that means I'm horny. Can we go do something? Or that means I want to play. And you have to explain yourself. And I think that's okay too. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves for people to just know what we mean. Why? We wouldn't expect them to do that with our kinks. We wouldn't expect them to do that with our power exchange roles. So I don't know. Embrace the fact that maybe what you need is direct communication. I think that if you make a conscious effort, that eventually maybe you don't. At this point, as well as I do, if I kiss your neck, you better be grabbing something on me. Right. First of all, if I kiss his neck and he does not respond, it ends there. That's as far as I can go. But if I kiss his neck, that's my signal. He's learned that signal, though, over almost 12 years together. Like, that's what it took. So I don't do signals well. I do need clear communication, because I used to think when you grabbed my butt, that was the signal. It's not. He just touches my butt all the time. I used to think when he pinched my nipples unprompted, that's what happens when you don't wear a bra a lot of the times, that it meant something. It doesn't. He just probably wants me to like make a noise that he likes to hear. And so the signals can get crossed, and you can think you're seeing a signal when you're not. And let's just be straightforward and stop making folks like guess. So, I don't know. It's not the sexy answer and it's not the fun answer, but hope it helps a little bit. I'm scrolling. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah. There's a whole conversation going on in the live chat. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's something.
Once we got to acronyms, I went, no, brain has shut down.
Well, it's got to do with the U.S.-Canadian border.
Oh, my Lord. I feel like this is where we need to play the right... I can't remember which actor it is. It's one of the pretty blonde men where he goes... Okay, Americans, just because you don't like what's happening in your country does not mean you get to say you're moving to Canada. He goes, sorry. I can't do it. I'm too Southern. I can't remember who that is.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, right?
Oh, what? Oh, X. Y'all have fun.
Oh, cool.
I mean... I don't know if moving is actually fun. The getting to where you're trying to be and getting away from where you don't want to be, that part is nice. The actual act of packing the boxes, moving the boxes, unpacking the boxes, I would not consider that fun.
It's a lot of work.
I know. I look around our house now and how we've collected so much more because we had space to fill and the business has grown and the Kinkery.com. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not packing this shit up. We're here for life. No, I'm not packing this up.
Not to mention all the tools.
Well, I know this feels more like a pipe dream, but I am determined it will one day happen. I keep thinking, okay, and maybe it'll be next year. Like that would be ideal. But it's like, okay, when you get your big shop and we have to get everything from the garage and the little shop in, I'm not capable of carrying half of it. Meaning he holds one side, I hold the other. I feel like we're going to have to and our children are indoor cats.
Yeah.
We're going to have to hire some strapping young people.
We're going to have to get some help.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I can't wrestle a portion, some of it around either like
not
I
if
used
we
to.
want you to be upright afterwards. So. The one thing else, and I don't mean this as a brag. I think this probably says something not great about me. Now, the one thing I am good at is packing up. Not the boxes themselves. Are they a good weight? Are they balanced? No, but I am efficient. I go room by fucking room, and I get it done. The unpacking, the sight of boxes stresses me out so much that I will make myself sick to get them unpacked. Like in a week, maybe 2 weeks, they're unpacked. Now I'm a wreck. I am frazzled. I am aggravated at the world. I've probably hurt myself, but I will get them. Like I can't be chill about that shit. When we still had 3 boxes left that were like for months, every day I'd walk in the bedroom and there'd be these 3 boxes. And the fact that I still have molars is amazing because I would grind my teeth. So. Yeah, the video I was thinking about of we don't need to go to Canada just because we don't like what's happening in America was one of the Ryans. I can tell their faces apart, but I can't ever remember which Ryan is which. It's a little bit like when I was a kid and I thought I would call fish chicken and chicken fish. I was very confused by that for a while. Yep. I don't like it because I don't want to do it and I get bored and it feels overwhelming, but I do like, my mother calls it a purge. Well, we always do it right before we move, but used to do it like more regularly, like once a year you go through like a closet or you go through part of your house and go, what have I not thought about, touched, needed for a year? Okay, it can go. The purge we did to move, so we didn't have to move anything that didn't need to be moved, that felt good. Like I felt cleansed after that. Okay, it was Ryan Reynolds. Thank you. Thank you. It was fish. It was chicken. I don't know. I actually, Ryan Reynolds, I find pretty and attractive, but like he's pretty. Gosling, I know the world sees it. I don't. Like I wouldn't walk up to the man and, call him ugly. He's not ugly. I know that by certain measures, he's like a very attractive human being. And I'm just like, yeah, no. No, don't do it for me. No. I mean, not that he's sitting around worried about what I think, right? He was like, oh, damn. Lost Kayla Lords. Okay. That sucks for me. Yeah, no. Yeah. I think, and I don't really watch Ryan Gosling in anything, but the few little like scenes or bits I've seen him in, when he's in a role where he's supposed to be all handsome and clean and polished, I'm so uninterested. When he's like dirty and screaming and yelling and a little frothing at the mouth and a little like, okay, this dude's crazy, I'm like, okay, I think I might get the appeal. I'm not feeling it, but I see it now. I don't know. Celebrity crushes. Oh. This, I don't know if this even rises to the level of crush because I don't really think about celebrities that often. But we're watching Outlander. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember the actor's name who plays Claire. But to me, she is beautiful, hauntingly beautiful. I do want to know how the hell she had good curls out in those Scottish Highlands, but, you know, like, every time I look at her, I'm like, oh my God, she's just fucking beautiful. And in my mind, book Jamie, dead sexy, like, just steaming, glorious sexy. Actor who plays Jamie, nice looking man, beautiful muscles, not quite doing it for me. And we're having the conversation last night about how I'm like enamored with Claire.
And Claire does nothing for me.
But who does? Who does something for you?
Jamie.
Do we know the actors' names? No. Would I be as enamored outside of the corset and the little thing and the... Probably not. Yeah, I'm usually so disconnected from like stuff that involves celebrities. I can't even remember who people are, and then I'll come across something and I'm like, oh yeah, that's I liked that person in that show, or oh, they're very attractive, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm so out of it. If you're not on my screen and part of my show that I'm watching on one of those streaming services, I probably have not thought about you. No. Okay. That's his name. And I wonder if I just need to see the actor in, like, now I'm lying. You know what? Henry Cavill. I would ride that man across the ocean. Just, but it's Henry Cavill with a scruff on his face, not clean shaven Henry Cavill. And that's why I think maybe the actor who plays Jamie, I just need to see him. Like, he looks good in his kilt. He looks very good. He actually looks really good in pants, though, when he's wearing those. But maybe I just need to see it. Maybe he needs more facial hair. Maybe he needs his hair pulled. I don't know. There's something. I need something different. And I guess, yeah, celeb crush, or I'm lusting after in an unhealthy way. That would be Henry Cavill. Yeah. But only scruffy Henry Cavill. I don't need him to have long, like the Witcher hair. I like that, but I don't need that.
But not the
scruff. Not the baby face.
Not the baby face Superman.
I am not built for baby face, no damn body, and I'm too fucking old for baby face. I can't. Nope. If I look at you and I'm wondering what age you are, can't do it. I need to look at you and go, you are my age or older. Like, you know me, I love a silver fox. So, this has nothing to do with celebrities, but JB and I do have this thing where I do it to him more often, because the thirst traps he mostly watches tend to be femme presenting. And my algorithm serves me up men, just and masculine people. Oh, God. Like, there's some, and they're thirst traps, and I know they're thirst traps posts, and I don't mind. There have been some mask women who I've just like watched, forgot to keep scrolling. It just looped like 5 times. I was like, holy shit. But we will send each other these thirst traps of these people, and usually with a very like crude comment about what we would do if we were so blessed with that human being. It's never something you could tell your mother, never ever. But there's this one guy, he does fashion, and they're definitely thirst traps, and he's a silver fox. And he was, I don't know if it was just some random guy or if it was actually somebody related to him, but I'd sent JB the silver fox by himself with his chest peeking out and his ass looking all good and the package just bulging out of the pants. And then I came across someone where it's the second guy who's younger, equally attractive. And I sent JB the post. I went, there's 2 of them now.
They've multiplied.
I see. This is the thing about celebs. I forget if I'm not watching your show. Henry Cavill should have been just like the name that fell out of my mouth, and I'm like, I'm not watching The Witcher now that Henry Cavill's gone. But I saw a thing, and I saw a thing where he's got a new show coming, a new movie coming. Henry Cavill.
Something he's got. Yes.
I don't know what it is.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I did see something about that. I don't.
Sorry, I was
got lost again, didn't you?
I started thinking about some of those Instagram reels. My favorite is when I'm like, okay, there's no reason for you to not have a shirt on, and you stretched because you knew you were about to tent those pajama pants. That's when I go clicking links in bio, and I'm like, the moment I see the OnlyFans link, I got it. I don't have any money for somebody else's OnlyFans, but I will watch your thirst traps for free. Mm-hmm. There's the guy who's, oh my God, he's dead sexy. I don't know his name. I only let him come up in my feed. I haven't followed or anything. He's always got a mug of, I don't know, coffee, hot chocolate, tea, none of my fucking business. And he's wearing pajama pants, and he wears pajama pants of all kinds. Sometimes they're pink. Sometimes they've got little, air quote, feminine designs on them. Sometimes they're basic boy plaid, whatever. But he always does this big back arch stretch, which then thrusts. We know what it thrusts forward. And I'm like, and then what I love to do is run to the comments to see how many people are like, oh my God, hello, sir. So, yeah. I wouldn't know what to do with a person from a thirst trap if my life depended on it. Not a clue. Probably would not make eye contact, certainly would not have a conversation with them. Would also be like, oh my God, don't perceive me. I'm not as beautiful as you are. But yeah, it's fun to watch them from a distance and be a lurker. Yeah. That's me. Reminder for anybody who's just joined and we haven't scared away with our conversation. It's Q&A time. You can ask a question. Please make sure to tag us in live chat. Don't make the question too long, and don't spam the live chat with your question if you think we're not answering fast enough. Ta-da! Giggle and scurry away. I would already have scurried, and I would be giggling from another room. I would be the one peeking out, not even around the door, because you might see me, but you know how when the door opens, there's a crack where the hinge is? That would be me. I'd be behind the door and looking through the... So awkward. That would be me. Yeah. And so, go ahead. No. I don't know what I was going to say anymore.
Me either.
Okay, I think I know what I was going to say, and it's not a thought that I have fully formed, so it'll be weird, I'm sure. I can find people who are attractive by, cultural norms. I can find those people attractive. I can find those people sexy. Absolutely. Once I realized what a thirst trap was, and that yes, the algorithm was blessing with them, I'm like, oh my God. If that person was in front of me, no. If they were super nice and they became my friend, I'd be like, oh, we're friends, and I'd stop seeing them sexual. It happens way too often. If they were a douche, they would no longer be attractive. So, I can have this, arm's length distance from that kind of raw sexual attraction, but and I can have fantasies in my head of, using somebody like Henry Cavill as a trampoline. But the real life aspect, JB can verify. I have to be coaxed out like a skittish horse that you had to put a bag over my head to blinder, whatever, to feel no, when you have to get them out of a fire, they don't do that I've watched. I was a borderline horse girl who didn't have access to horses, so I read a Black Beauty many times. Anyway, I was that kid. I have no chill. 2, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. 3, if I can barely initiate with the human being I feel the most comfortable with in the world, to his detriment, he would like me to feel a little less comfortable. Thanks. I like to another human being. No. They better come with a grappling hook. They're gonna have to reel me in. I'm not into bondage like that, but you probably need to tie me down because I'm going to be skittish and I'm going to try and run and I'm going to beg you not to perceive me. But if you will send me a thirst trap through my phone and I look at it in a room that you are not in, then I will be like borderline turned on again. So I'm fun. Wow. I'm fun. If you wanted to know how hard JB had to work, I think it really only worked because we were long distance first. I got to know you through conversation. So, anyway.
I agree with that assessment 100%.
That's why I will continue to be non-monogamous in theory. Because if it's dependent on me to go out and make that happen, I'll just be sitting at home. Thank you very much. But the fantasy of it, I mean, that's why I read so much fucking smut. The fantasy of it, I fucking love. Reality of it, no. Get the hell away from me.
and for some people, certain things are better left as fantasies.
Right, people, getting to know people, fucking other people other than the one person that I have required to be with me, literally till death do us part. We're going out together. Sorry. And yet, when I'm feeling myself, which I have not been feeling for a few years, I'm an exhibitionist. Please look at me. It's fine.
That's true.
I mean, does any of it make sense? No. It's fine. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. Man, Lola is snoring.
Yeah.
And yet she still has a little ear cocked, like if we made just the right sound, she would hear us.
The crinkle of a wrapper. Refrigerator door opening. A banana being peeled.
Oh, I picked up an empty wrapper from where I had like a little cookie thing a few hours ago. She came up out of a dead ass sleep. I'm like, there's not even food. It's literally the empty wrapper.
Mm-hmm.
See, and you're right, you have to want to be with more than one person. In my mind, there are absolutely people I'd be like, I would love to have an intimate relationship with that kind of person. Fuck that kind of person. Be fucked by that. Like, I have that, but then the reality of, what do you mean you have to go, like, talk to a person? No. You have to let them in and you have to learn how to trust them? No, I did that once already. I'm good. Good for a lifetime. I have the desires for it. I mean, there have been times over the years, and what I like about our relationship is I can talk to JB about these things. I'd be like, yeah, like I would not mind that new relationship energy feel again. I would not mind the seduction part of like, but again, in my head where it's fantasy. In reality, I'm running for the fucking hills. Like, I'm not making eye contact. I'm not initiating conversation. I'm not. Silent, our stupid cat is eating. Okay, so she's eating plastic. That's not unusual. Onyx eats plastic. A lot of cats do. This bitch has acquired a taste for, okay, have you ever had, for us it's bubble mailers, but any kind of envelope that's not like a letter envelope, like a larger one, where you have to pull the plastic off to expose the sticky part so you can seal the envelope. That bit of plastic that comes off, I packaged up a couple things today and had to use those kind of envelopes and had those little bit plastic bits. And I try to be very careful about putting them in the trash because Onyx will get one, eat it, swallow the fucker, puke in another room, but not bring up the plastic. where's the plastic? The plastic is gone. And she'll run from you with the plastic hanging out of her mouth while she tries to slurp it up like it's a piece of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, Onyx would like our empty wrapper as well, but
Yeah.
only if it's the specific vintage delicacy year of a specific type of plastic.
Right. Stupid cat.
So.
You know what we really, really need to do this weekend?
Other than grocery shop?
Yeah.
What? Wash the dog.
Wash the dog.
We've been talking about how we need to give her a bath for almost a month.
I know.
It's probably wrong of me to hope that it rains all weekend, isn't it? I know. I have not seen her go after that kind of plastic,
No.
but I think she loves a good Walmart bag.
Yeah.
She loves the plastic bag that bread is in. I'm kind of wondering if she doesn't realize the bread is in there. She licks the plastic, she bites the plastic, she gets through, she realizes, hey, wait, there's food in here, and then she keeps going.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of like a little, like a surprise on the inside. She wasn't expecting it.
It's like a creamy filling.
Yeah!
I know.
She loves a Barnes & Noble plastic bag. I should be ashamed to admit this, but I have no shame. Yeah, unless you're new here. You already know this. I have 2 bags of Barnes & Noble books that were purchased easily minimum in 2023 that I've never just taken out of the bags and put on a fucking bookshelf. And now I feel like I can't, because I will take away Onyx's little licky mat of just going up to the Barnes & Noble bag and just licking it to her heart's content.
I know. I've seen her doing it.
Now, would it make more sense to just take the books out of the bag, put them on the bookshelf? Yes. But I have to rearrange the bookshelf in order to do that. And I have to come face to face with books that I purchased or allowed to be purchased for me as a gift that I probably am never going to read in that physical form. And I have feelings about that. So, yeah. What else?
I did yard work today.
You did. The yard looks beautiful. You also, with a gift card you got for your birthday, got to finally buy a little tool thing. It's not even little, it's big.
Yeah.
That you've been wanting for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Pole saw.
Pole saw.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was great. I trimmed the big tree.
Is that what? Okay, I knew something looked different, but I couldn't tell what looked different.
Can you see that the pile got bigger under the tree?
Well, yes, but we have multiple trees. I didn't know which one it came from.
And then I went in the backyard, and all the trees coming from the woods that were hanging over, trimmed up along there too.
And then threw those over the back fence.
Those got thrown back over into the woods. Yep.
Into the woods where people are living. Man, they're not living like their house is there.
Nobody's back there.
Are they
anymore.
not back there?
I haven't seen hide nor hair of anybody. Everything was just left as it's been.
And that has happened before, and then out of nowhere, they'll be there.
It's been months.
Okay.
I haven't seen them since Thanksgiving last year.
Oh, wow. Okay. It shows how often I go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, the yard does look beautiful. Mm-hmm. It's the second week in a row. Second? Third?
Second.
That you've done it without me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have feelings about that too.
I know.
Mostly guilt, because I feel like I should be helping you. I'm not the one with a bad back.
Oh.
And God knows more movement will not hurt me.
I look at it this way. I don't push myself. The last few times that I've done it like this. And, walking behind the mower, it's good cardio. Excuse me.
Speaking of walking, I was very proud of me. I feel like I did not get credit for this, but I'm gonna request credit for this. Okay. So on Tuesday, we were wiped out. And JB goes, okay, we're not going to walk Wednesday morning, right? I'm remembering this right. Mm-hmm. So we will sleep in and we will get extra sleep. And it is what we needed. It is what we needed. I woke up very refreshed Wednesday morning. Yeah. It didn't last, but I did wake up that way. But last night, JB's like, oh, it's Friday. And I always remind him we have the stream too. And I could see him about to say, maybe
we're turning.
We should not walk on Friday. I went, because we didn't walk on Wednesday, we have to walk on Friday. We should not skip too many days. And then I wondered, who the hell possessed me? What the fuck happened? We did go on the walk this morning.
We got up this morning and we went on our walk.
But we also instituted a new rule that the one day we will definitely skip every month is the Friday of this live stream, because we've been up since 5:30.
Yeah.
We're tired.
Actually, I was awake earlier than that, but...
I mean, so was I, tossing and turning.
Yeah.
I can usually tell when you have woken up, even if I can't tell that you've gone back to sleep, because you will roll over and your hand will be on my junk. Just cupping. And I don't know, sometimes it's like a hand warmer thing. I'm not mad about it. I'm hot everywhere, but I'm always hot in the cracks and crevices. And his hands are almost always cold, and I'm not mad if his cold hand is on my cooch. Like, it's fine.
I'm providing a public service.
I know. But it also used to be shorthand for, hey, something's about to go down. And so imagine my surprise, multiple middle of the night moments to be woken up being cupped. So no, but I'm really not mad about it, because the fan that we have, the ceiling fan that's constantly going, and the fan on the dresser next to me blowing directly on me can only do so much. And really what I need is an oscillating fan, but apparently I need it to be attached at my ankles and just facing up at me. so that I don't have to be so goddamn hot. Speaking of hot, perimenopause, yeah. Okay, so a lot of things I see online are all these perimenopause symptoms, and apparently 85 things can be a perimenopause symptom, and I kind of go, okay. And what I've heard multiple times is ringing in your ears, for no other known reason that your ears might be ringing. And I was like, psh, that one doesn't happen to me. Psh, is that a real symptom? And I was sitting there the other day, and my ears just started ringing out of nowhere. I was like, God damn it. Pinky asks, JB, was it hard to come out as bi to Kayla? How long did you keep it to yourself? And Kayla, how did you feel, support / adjust? They say, I bet it was safe yet a challenge because you're married, not dating.
Actually, I told you fairly early on.
You did, but you told me in that way of, this will probably be a deal breaker. You threw it out there and then sort of leaned back oh, I know this is going to go bad.
This is not going to end well, yeah.
I don't remember having any, sort of when the kids have told me their sexuality, I don't remember having a major reaction. I think I went, oh, okay. My next question was what does that mean for you? How do you feel about that? Because I think if I recall that first conversation about it, I was more well, you don't have that anywhere, how are you feel? Like, I'm glad. I even think I even said I thank you for feeling like you can tell me, but I was like, you're pretty open about stuff, and this is not the thing you're open about. What's going on? And then you told me some of your backstory.
Yeah, had some backlash early on.
Right.
So
what was funny was he came out to me as bi, and bi was what you used for a while, and then a conversation we had something, and you were like, actually, I think I'm pan, and I went, yeah, I think you definitely are, based on my understanding of the terms. Yeah. You're like, I just love people. I don't fucking care what your gender is. If you push my buttons, I'm your person. So
true.
But yeah, I mean, it was, I think the thing it feels like so long ago, but also for me it was a non-issue to me because it was a non-issue to me, but also I recognized the privilege of being told and you feeling comfortable enough to tell me, but also I was highly aware that you were saying it with an expectation that things would go badly. Yeah. But the thing I remember most are the conversations we had over time, and I never wanted to come across as pushy, but sort of why do you feel like you have to keep this part of yourself hidden? You know, you're a grown ass man. Like, and so it was this trying to be encouraging of however he wanted to handle his own sexuality and, you know, in front of other people, with other people, but also encouraging him that actually I think the people that you have around you, the people you would want to have around you, it's gonna be a non-issue for them, you know. And that part took a few years for you. Yeah, like you told me, and then it was I don't know how many years before you said it publicly. True. The nice thing is that's why I can send JB some internet post thirst trap of anybody that I definitely find attractive, and or I'm like, he will definitely find this person attractive, and we
trade back and forth.
We ogle together. The couple that ogles together, I don't know, subtly and in a non-creepy way, okay? So...
I think the rain finally stopped.
Okay. Oh, somebody woke up.
I think she's waking up. Or is she just moving in a different position? Man, she was sleeping on the sofa earlier. She was...
You took her on a walk. It wore her out.
She was doing some serious snoring.
And you took her on a car ride today.
That's true, I did.
So, JB did the lawn, and then he went and treated himself to a coffee. And he was so sweet. Right as he's about to get in the car, he's like, oh, did you want anything? I'm like, actually, no, I'm good. Why? Because I know when I head to Gainesville tomorrow, I will be getting myself an iced coffee with my McDonald's points. I will get my large iced caramel coffee. Bert asks, do you feel that the stigma around being a bi male in kink has diminished? Have you felt more open to expressing that part of yourself within your community?
I think the stigma has diminished.
A bit. It definitely still exists.
It still exists, but it's a lot better than it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
A lot better than it used to be. So.
And do you feel like you can be more open?
I think, overall, yes, in the community. I just in general, in a lot of ways, I mean, the community has really become very open to a lot of...
So you feel more comfortable expressing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Have you, in recent years, and I say recent, I'll say since the podcast, not quite 10 years, have you still had moments where you're like, uh-oh, I don't know if it's okay for me to be open about this, or Is it a non-issue for you?
I don't even really think about it anymore.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I don't. It's part of it. I know from my perspective is because we are straight passing because of who we are. But
I mean, for me, it's kind of a thing that I've kind of gotten to the point that I don't have any F's to give anymore, and I don't care what, if you don't accept me for who I am, I'm,
right.
Move along, leave me alone.
Thankfully, we have the luxury of we don't have to give a fuck what anybody thinks because we work for ourselves. It's not a job thing. It's not a, we don't have that issue. I know that when obviously send the thirst traps of all genders back and forth, but I know that when you don't tell me immediately whenever you start talking to somebody, but when you do, I have learned over the years I do not assume gender. I'm like, oh, so who are they? What are they like? Yeah. But,
No. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. I still remember the first time we talked about the fact that you would probably come out on the podcast, and you had you were a little nervous. And then what I enjoyed was, like, I think it was a live stream, so we could see comments, and some people were sort of my reaction of, oh, okay, that's great, and some people were like, yay, and it was very
I know.
And if somebody didn't like it, they hopefully withdrew themselves and went on and had a
went on their own way,
had their life. But we never got pushback from that either. The biggest pushback we get is not about his sexuality. It's about the people who are one true layers who look at us and think he's not dom enough, and that I'm clearly not really submissive because I talk so much. I'm like, you need to expand your horizon of submissives, because quite frankly, I meet more submissives who talk as much as I do than anything.
True, yeah.
And I meet a lot of quiet doms. This is not fair to any dom out there who is a talkative person, and I know this. Maybe it's a vibe and it's not really about how much you talk. The doms I give cyanide to are the ones who do all the talking and don't let their submissive speak. Look, we all have our biases, okay? Yeah, Silent. He's just too goofy to be a dom.
Right.
It's actually that they can't handle the fact that he's quiet, and he just will sit there and let me lead the conversation. But as I've pointed out many, many times, if I don't lead the conversation, it's a very quiet podcast.
Right.
A very quiet podcast. Yeah. So. No, I should be nice to talkative doms because I'm a talkative sub. I think it is a vibe. There is a vibe to some, not all, some doms. And are they guys? Yep, they're men. Do they have femme appearing submissive? Yes. Presenting, I can't remember the term, but you know what I mean, right? There are some, and it's a vibe when they have all the thoughts. They have all the words. And I don't know a couple's dynamic. I don't know if that submissive has zero desire to speak. It could absolutely be that. And they are happy to sit there and be supportive. And I respect that. But my own biases go, why aren't you allowed to talk? You're allowed to talk. I bet you have a voice. I want to hear you talk. What does the submissive have to say? I feel a lot better when it's presenters. And it's a power exchange couple when the submissive, maybe not as often, okay, that's fine, but gets their opportunity to share their thoughts and opinions. I give serious side eye when they're very quiet. Oh, Mr. Rock, I wouldn't be able to handle it. The dom who thought I would be seen and not heard would be done with me very fucking quickly. Early days, they would be done with me. These days, I would be done with them. We wouldn't even get that far. The first time somebody tried to tell me to shut up, like, nope. Now, JB and I can have a moment where he will indicate that he doesn't want me to say anything because he wants to see how long I can fucking go. The whole point is for me to crack. I know the game we're playing. And in a specific kind of scene where it's like set up like okay. But we're here to talk about kink, and it's our show and our faces. I got shit to say. It's the reason we fucking have a podcast. Uh-oh. My ice got...
Whoops.
Shit.
And now you're making a mess.
I am. I'll be right back.
Okay.
God damn it. I thought there was ice stuck. I was going to get the ice out.
My goodness. I bet it was cold, wasn't
It's
it?
so cold.
Yes, that laugh. All I could think about was the that hit of ice. But then again, almost kind of feels good right now. Messy Girls Unite. Yeah, she can be sometimes. But that's okay. Yep. Coming back already?
I just dried it off.
Oh,
Have
okay.
I got drippies on me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. But I thought I was having the ice stuck in the straw problem again. So I was trying to fix it. Okay. Did you handle it for that 30 seconds I was gone?
Yeah, I did.
The girls surrounded me.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Ella was like, "Oh, you're out here? Does that mean there's food soon?" There's not.
Because she does, yeah, she hadn't had her bed. It's past
It's past her bedtime.
her bedtime.
It's yeah.
And
Let's be real. It's
no.
past her treat time.
It's past her bedtime treat. Yeah.
Whatever. Onyx came up with her very judgy meow that she does, and was like, "Where the fuck have you been?" I gave her some loving. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, Messy Girls Unite. Look, if I have not dripped, spilled, smudged something on my clothing throughout the day, it's the best damn day of my life. Because there's not a day that goes by. Y'all, technically they're my workout clothes, but sometimes I wear them as my work clothes because they can handle sweat. I'm out in the garage today, still wearing the clothes I walked in at 5:30 fucking a.m. I'm trying to pour resin, and I don't like to put resin to the top limit that a cup can hold. But I was like, I'm keeping this clear. I'm not adding pigment to it. I just got to stir it. I got to be careful when I stir it. First of all, I knew problems were going to arise as we have a pump thing in our resin. And I got distracted while pumping the liquid in. My hand moved. I pumped it on my hand. But that was just like part A to part B, right? Clean that off as best I could. Get it all in the cup. I'm doing the stir. This is the kind you have to stir for 5 minutes minimum. And we do not fuck around with this resin. We stir for 5 minutes minimum. And something happened. And I had gone from like standing at the workbench with it sitting on it and stirring to like kind of holding it a little closer, like that was not a good angle, and it just went psh, and it was fully stirred resin at that point, like on its way to curing, and just splashed it across my shirt. So yeah, I spill things all the time. Yeah, I clearly have a hole in my chin because food I'm eating. I dribble when I'm drinking, like my mouth forgets how to do it. That's why I prefer a straw. But clearly I can't even be trusted with a straw. So.
You're just a hot mess.
I am. Hot Mess Express.
You're my hot mess.
Thank God somebody wants me. I mean, I know you thought that maybe you needed to move fast, act now, going soon. No. No. That was never a thing you needed to be concerned about.
Yeah.
No. Oh God, Silent. Yeah, that's a game I know well. Which t-shirt doesn't have a stain I've forgotten to spot treat? Or you did spot treat it, but it was impervious to the spot treatment. Those shirts slowly get moved into the work shirt pile where it's like, okay, if I spill resin on it, it'll be fine. Limited edition. Yes, definitely that. Hopefully so. I know this is all wet. We're not wasting Diet Coke in this house. I'll suck it off my shirt if I get desperate enough. This was my one Diet Coke today. I want it on the record that you went to get yourself a treat, and I did not ask you to bring me a Diet Coke.
I know.
You went with me to put gas in my car.
And you didn't ask for one
I didn't
either.
ask for a Diet Coke.
No.
Man, I had to talk myself out of a Sonic run. I wanted a half-price drink. It was bigger than my head. I didn't care if it was a Diet Coke or a cherry limeade. Diet cherry limeade. But I talked myself out of it. Yeah, we have to go get gas together in my car because opening what's the thing called? The door to the gas thing?
The gas cap.
Right. Not
cover.
the twisty cap, but the
The
door.
gas cap cover.
Right. It's now a two-person job. One of us holds the lever up while the other one pries it open.
Yep.
Is that part replaceable?
I don't know. I haven't looked yet.
I haven't looked at it either.
I'm sure it is.
The reason I ask is we have a door handle missing issue that I know is replaceable.
Mm-hmm.
eBay. And so I'm wondering if the gas flappy thing is replaceable.
Most likely.
And we can replace it.
Yeah. I haven't got. I'm here. I haven't been on my computer all night to look it up and see.
I know. Did you ever hear back from the person from Facebook
Nope.
Marketplace?
Nope. That's why I grabbed my phone earlier to look to see. But nope.
Yeah, we might have to move on to another one.
Mm-hmm.
Pinky asks, if you each had to choose an animal which represented your partner best or their personality, which would it be? Oh, well, JB's a grumpy polar bear. That comes from a meme of a polar bear sliding its face across the ice and the caption being like, me before coffee. Grumpy polar bear. That's hands down grumpy polar bear.
Yeah. And what would you be? Oh, gosh.
I don't know. I can't help you there. I have some sloth-like tendencies. Sometimes I got black cat energy.
I would say you're almost parrot-like because you.
But I don't repeat.
No, you don't repeat, but.
No. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe y'all can help us. What would I be? I honestly don't know. I'd like to think that there's nothing out there like me, but that's terrifying, quite frankly. No, but they move slowly, and I too move slowly.
Like the sloth at the DMV.
Oh God, I love that movie in Zootopia. Actually, I don't think I am a house cat. Thank you, Silent. But am I a black cat? Am I an orange cat? Like, I think sometimes I have black cat energy.
Yeah.
I definitely, Onyx and I are very similar. It's why we struggle with one another. We're just too damn alike. Yeah. So what's funny to me about the sloth thing, that part in Zootopia where the sloth, if I was the one standing there and another individual was moving that slowly, I would, in real time in front of everybody's eyes, go insane. I would just reach across the counter and go, let me help you. I have watched y'all work for the hour I've been in here waiting for my number to be called. I can help you do this. Let me just do it for you. I would not be able to handle it. Stark raving mad. Maybe a meerkat, or maybe. What is an animal that talks a lot or makes a lot of noise? I don't know.
Well, you know what? Silent. She sees somebody coming that she thinks is going to talk to her. you would be shocked at how fast she can move.
I can't move fast. Get the fuck out of the way. I am that person who will let you stand on my front doorstep and ring the bell if I don't know who you are and I wasn't expecting you. Sorry, I have no legal obligation to answer my fucking door. You're not the cops. Even then, I would do a quick Google. Am I legally obligated to open the door? No. I have spent, I am so grateful to actual usable apps from stores like Walmart that will tell you what aisle you should be able to find an item on, because I have spent 30 to 45 minutes searching for something before finally fucking asking somebody. I will, if I want it bad enough, I will ask, because the inefficiency of having to come back, oh God, that sucks. But no, I will go out of my way to. Now, when I want to interact, when it's a thing I'm prepared for, I've practiced all my conversations in my head multiple times. I know what I'm going to try to say. It's easier, better. If I know that the only way I'm going to have this experience is I have to interact with the other person. I'm getting my hair cut. I prep for it, and then I'm mostly fine. I'm awkward as fuck. But I'm mostly fine. But if it was supposed to be just like, I was just supposed to be in a store, just buying shit, no, I'm not prepared for that conversation. Thank God for apps that'll tell you where shit's located.
Excuse me. Oh, gosh.
Silent, I can get behind the house cat thing. Because that's my complaint when I have to be an outdoor cat and go do housework, except you're doing it without me, and I feel bad.
Look, I know you've got a lot on your plate right now, and a lot that, you're doing, so.
I know, but I like feeling like I'm helping you. I don't know if I'm actually a help or a hindrance. He does seem to be in better spirits when he does it by himself. I feel like I'm contributing. I feel like it's a thing we're doing together, like actively doing together. Yeah. I don't know. Do I want to be out there like huffing, puffing, and like melting in the hot Florida sun? No.
Yeah.
Do I want the little coffee treat when we're done? Yes. Yeah, for all the jokes about social avoidance, there was a time I had a job. Specifically, my job was to go talk to people I did not know or barely knew. Mm-hmm. They would walk through the front door of the office, and I would just have to have conversations with them. Oh, God. No wonder I was burnt out after 8 years.
Right.
But I did it. I didn't love it. I was never like, oh, I love this. I was like, it was a grind, that stuff. But I always felt a sense of satisfaction afterwards. It's like, oh, look, I played the part of the social butterfly, and everybody all believed it. they had a good time. Mission accomplished. Let me go hide under my desk for 3 business days now. Yeah. There's about 30 minutes left, but you can ask questions up till the bitter end, so feel free. Feel free. Lola is sawing wood over there.
Yep. I think you're right. I did wear her out.
Yeah.
Today between the car trip and
lots of adventures.
Yep.
And I think she even got the zoomies for half a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she tried to get the zoomies. I think it was too close to dinner. She was working her way to the kitchen.
I too do not want to get sidetracked when it gets close to dinner. Thank you.
See?
I was really appreciative of today of you cooking dinner tonight, because it let me work. I was able to fully finish my to-do list for the day, about 10 minutes before we ate.
Mm.
Now, what happens when I feel like I finish at that, quote, last minute,
Yeah.
I do feel rushed. Nobody is making me feel rushed. I feel rushed because I'm like, there's no downtime between the finishing the work and the sitting down to eat dinner.
Now, if I had you help me do yard work this morning, you would have not got your list done.
Oh, no, I would have split that list in half and I would have worked over the weekend.
See? Now,
I know.
yeah.
I know. Tomorrow's visit with the baby adult is what we call him. He's a baby adult. Is forcing me to take the day off. I'm not mad about it, but it will be a little bit of a busier day than usual.
Yeah.
I'm choosing to take Sunday off because I could feel the annoyances at small bullshit things that don't matter creeping in earlier this week, because I think for like 2 weekends in a row I worked and I didn't take any time. This is one of the things I do not need permission from JB from, but I still asked in a way for permission from JB from. Thursday, was it? I took half a day off.
Mm-hmm.
We got the resin daggers released.
Yeah.
And once they were out, I was done. And so I ended up being done at like 1:30 on Thursday. I was exhausted. But the only way I got to that point, because I was well aware of what all I needed to do, and then like sit down with JB and go, okay, so here's the thing, and here's what I ought to do, and here's what I would normally do, but here's what my brain wants to do. But I feel bad. What do you think I should do, Daddy? He was like, take a fucking half day on Thursday. What the fuck? I just need a permission. Thanks. And see, now he's unleashed a monster. I'm going to take half a day on Monday, too.
Okay. I plan on taking Tuesday.
Finally, you came through the window. She's got her judgy meow going.
She's that pissed.
But she's going to take a moment to rub herself against the tripod. Don't worry. Is she going to come up here?
Mm.
Oh, she's wrapping her tail around you.
Yeah.
Onyx. Can we get an Onyx sighting?
Trying. Come on.
Poor X. Let him snore. Oh, hi, Onyx. Now, are you going to stay up here long enough that everybody can get a good look at you? Yep, drink from my straw. It'll be fine. Oh, you're such a sweet girl. You know, if you would let me pick you up and cuddle you, you really would enjoy it. I promise. Yep. Yeah, love being eye to eye with your butthole. That's great.
And she's gone.
Yep, she's looking for plastic.
Yep.
That is where she found her plastic to eat earlier. Bert asked, any new Kink toys, products, etc. you would suggest or are interested in, like in older review videos? God, we haven't played with a new toy in 100 years.
Been a long time.
And I'm kind of out of the loop on sex toys these days.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the one, actually, a few things that I think I would be interested as far as playing with. Cannot remember the function we met him at, but we were all vendors there. Mm-hmm. The gentleman Faux Normal, I believe it is, Faux Normal rope. He had some of those.
You'll have to describe them. I could not describe them.
Okay. But
they were toys.
Yeah.
They're impact toys.
They're impact toys.
Are they kind of like a flogger, but they've got some weight to them?
He makes some, and I want to say it, he makes all his impact toys out of rope.
Right. But there's not a flogger with like typical falls.
It's not a flogger. Some of them he weaves it's like a hammer.
Yeah.
Okay. One of them, it's got like a solid core, and then the rope is frayed out along it.
What was the one you tried on me? I remember it looking like it had like balls at the tips.
I think so.
I remember what that was
I don't really remember. He had so many different things that were really cool. So yeah, as far as toys, I would love to get some.
Yeah, we're going to be vending in Jacksonville in September.
Yeah.
Once I actually get everything in on that. The toys I think I've seen, I can't say recently, it's been a hot ass minute, but the toys I've seen that have been like, oh, are things we've seen at places we've been vending, and that guy was definitely one of them. He had a lot of like thuddy toys. There is a person I see them on Instagram, and you've sent me one of their reels, and they have an impact toy that's very thuddy, but it doesn't look like it would be thuddy. Oh, it's not a flogger, but it's like a couple of strands of something that's weighted. Oh, that kind of stuff is the stuff I'm interested in.
That's not the one that wear around the wrist, right? That I sent you, was it?
There's one that does the one around the wrist. There's another one when they do their reels, they're usually standing in front of a chalkboard trying to educate people on.
That's Firebird leather.
Is it Firebird
Yes.
leather? Okay, Firebird leather has some interesting things.
Yes. The Fluffinator, I think they have.
Fluffinator, yes. I knew, I was like, I'll know it the moment I hear it. There's a toy called the Fluffinator. That I would be interested in trying.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yep. They, like us, try to explain and sort of halfway show how to demo their products. And in a place like Instagram, Facebook, it's very difficult because you can't just stay PG-13. You got to stay PG with shit like that. We always need the hand movement for balls. How will you know if we're talking about balls if you don't do the hand movement? So yeah, there's nothing that we have not actually in a intense or focused way played with each other or any implements in a very, 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 very long time. So yeah, if I don't even know what I would do if the opportunity to review a product came up. I'd be like, I don't think I have the energy for this. I want to. I love being able to try new things. But yeah, no.
Well, here's what I would have to say. I would not want to do the sex toys anymore like we used to.
The freelance stuff we were doing. That was overwhelming.
Yes.
That was, you have, how many fleshlights do you now own because of that?
Oh, good Lord.
20 plus? 20 plus fleshlights.
At least.
Fleshlights. He now has strong opinions on fleshlights, though. So you need a recommendation.
Yeah. But, as far as DS toys, play toys.
I know.
That I would.
And it's one of those things where, because we've been out of it for so long, and a couple people we reviewed for in the past, when they reached out again, I just didn't enjoy working with them, so I let it pass.
Yeah.
It's like, no thanks. I think what we would have to do is we would just have to do reviews of shit we bought by ourselves, which I don't have a problem doing that.
Right.
But that would be what we would probably need to do. And we would have to make it a concerted effort. The hard part with reviews is I want to show how to fucking use them, but the platforms that we post to, like YouTube, I don't trust YouTube to first of all, we wouldn't show my ass or anything, you know, but I just don't trust YouTube. So now if we re-engaged our OnlyFans, I would happily do demos there, but so... Candy Girl asks, are we going back to the woodshed? If they start talking about their November thing they usually do, we will probably apply to go to the woodshed.
Yes.
Yeah, we applied for a event in Jacksonville. Got accepted for that. Had to give a lot of vetting information. They take I have to give them a copy of our ID so they can make sure we're not on the no lists to be able to even enter the venue to vend, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that.
No.
But yeah, they that particular community clearly takes takes safety very, very
A
seriously.
lot of them do anymore.
Well, and my thought, because I contrast it with the different places we've been, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what happened in this community? Because you don't just like show up with some of these rules. Something
I mean,
went down.
Tallahassee does the same thing, and I think more and more communities are
Maybe
gravitating
so.
to
Maybe they're
doing
learning
that.
from other communities' experiences.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
the hard part of being broke ass bitches is that the really interesting, cool toys from fellow Kinkster makers that we would love to try, we're like, fuck, that's too expensive for us.
Yeah.
I don't have $100 to drop on a flogger.
Yeah.
Or 200 or 300.
I mean, and that's just it, because, yes, something like, the Fluffinator or any of the floggers from Firebird, are going to cost a lot of money, but that's, you're buying a piece that's...
You're going to have it for a while. Right. For sure. Yeah. It's an investment piece. It's worth it.
Exactly.
When they're a good toy, they're well made, they're worth the money that they cost. Mm-hmm. When you're a broke ass bitch, you just don't have the money for it.
just like the floggers that I got years ago from that, from the place. And, God, they're still...
The nice thing is we can make the argument for that stuff to be a business expense.
True.
Just say it.
True. Yeah.
No, I will continue to be optimistic that we will return to a time when there will be times we can buy a new toy. So
But yeah, that for me, that would be some of the things I would like to try.
Yeah, I would too. I would like. I'm always down to use the impact toys you make, except for the ones that I don't like that kind of pain. Thanks. But yeah, I want more floggers in our life. I want more because there are so many makers making such unique toys. Like I want the unique shit too.
Yep.
So. But.
Yeah, I know there are some. Obviously, I'd love for you to support the Kinkery.
Thekinkery.com.
But there are a lot of very creative and really great makers out there. Making some really fascinating toys right now.
I know. We even until we saw the cost to vend and the time frame, it was a few days requirement. For half a second, we considered Beyond Leather vending thing, and they already had like a list of some people who are already vending. I was like, oh my god, I want to go shop from them. I don't want to stand next to them and try and go, look at our battle.
Right? I know.
Oh no, we get imposter syndrome so quick. Well, we've mostly decided that for the Jacksonville event, we're going to leave some of our basic stuff at home and bring our most unique and interesting things. Not that people, who shop there might not want basics, but it's like, we want to get, I love it when we do get the experience of somebody walking past our little booth and they go, ooh, what is that?
Right? Yeah. Yep.
But,
and for right now, look at seeing things like, Beyond Leather and Florida Power Exchange and
the multi-day events we just can't do right now.
I know. And yet, doing some of these smaller venues, they've been great. I've enjoyed them, and I think it gives us each time,
Oh yeah, we learned something from it. Yeah.
No.
You're tired at the end of them, but everyone we've done so far has been worth it. So that's been good.
I mean, we'll just have to figure it out. We know where the closest Waffle House is to the woodshed in Orlando. We'll have to find it.
We'll have to find a Waffle House in Jacksonville on the way out of Jacksonville.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
There's just over 15 minutes left until we will definitely be done streaming tonight. There is still time, though. If you have a question you would like to ask, just please
ask away.
Tag us in live chat. Don't spam the channel.
No.
Questions that require a lot of context, this will not be the right space for that. We have a contact page on our website that you can use. So, yeah. I'm definitely fading. And Lola's snoring is soothing, and I'm like starting to drift listening to it.
That's what happens to me when I sit down on the couch and she's on the sofa sleeping like that. That rhythmic snoring she does, it just pulls me under.
She's also like a gigantic weighted blanket,
That's
so
true, too.
there is that.
That is true.
So, yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
And yet I will set my alarm because there are things I need to do before I try to leave.
What time?
I'm going to try and leave around 9.
I mean, what time are you setting the alarm
7.
for? Oh, okay.
No, none of this 5 or 6. No. Silent. Only Lola's snores are soothing.
Yeah.
I do not find JB snoring soothing. He does not find my snoring soothing.
No. No.
I have never, Candy Girl, I've never noticed if Lola actually watches the TV.
There have been a few times
Okay.
when she's laying in my lap, and yeah, it's like she's kind of looking up there.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen like videos of like cats or dogs like intently watching like movies or whatever. I'm like, oh, no, not our girls.
No.
No. Onyx is either looking for plastic, hunting bugs, or hiding. And Lola and Ella are either sleeping or waiting for food. That's what they do. I saw Onyx come back in.
She came back in. She's right there at the end of the table.
Onyx.
She's probably wondering where her night snacks are too.
Yeah, she's a creature of habit.
Yep.
Oh, I am envious of and very annoyed by that fall asleep instantly thing. Like, what the fuck, man? It's some bullshit. My mom's like that. Head hits pillow, out. Her thing is she'll wake up. I got a text message from her this morning, 7 a.m. She's like, "Are you doing okay?" I'm like, yeah, we're good. She goes, "Okay, I woke up at 3 a.m. very nervous for you, and then could not stay asleep because I kept waking up again, worried about you." I was like, no, I mean, I took her seriously because I understand having those kinds of like, that kind of feeling, that kind of anxiety. It's like, no, I'm good. Please get some sleep tonight.
Right.
Pinky asks if my Etsy shop has custom tote bags. I am willing to do custom. I have not expanded the tote bags anytime soon, or anytime recently. They're kind of stagnant and stale, and I meant to add to them. But if there was a request for something, I'd be happy to try to do it. Bert said, suggestion for princess merch. I am working on, there's not enough time in the day. I'm working on some apparel designs that have like a princess-ish kind of thing. There's not a lot of them, but a couple of them I have like literally just waiting in the wings. I just have to sit down and like finalize
time to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in recent days, recent months, the most attention on like trackers was the princess stuff. It got the most like woo from people.
Attention.
Yeah. The bunny stuff did for folks, who have the bunny thing going. So yeah.
True.
Aww.
Oh.
101 Dalmatians. Oh my gosh. I don't know if Rara has princess merch silent, but I know that her Etsy shop has some definitely some. I almost said pink flavored. No, pink items and some good merch with some like little quippy things. Might be. Okay. I haven't looked recently. Oh my gosh. I know. It's creeping up on me now. I've talked so much my throat hurts. My body is going, yeah, it's almost midnight, bitch. Go to bed. JB just chased Onyx. And Onyx, when she's being chased, her ears go like back, like she's making herself more aerodynamic. Right. Oh my god.
Her jet ears.
Her jet ears, yeah. Yeah, they're like little flaps on an airplane. Oh my gosh.
I'm just tired of watching her prowling around for
plastic.
Yeah.
Right, because that's the space where she found her last snack.
Right.
And y'all, it was a long, I mean, like, it's about 10 inches long piece of plastic. Only a little bit of it was in her mouth. The rest was trailing. And between us, we were trying to like approach her without her running off, but she knew she had something she wasn't supposed to. So she takes off running out of the office, and you could hear the crinkle of the plastic trailing. I still think she sucked it up like spaghetti. It's the only thing that makes sense. My gosh.
That freaking cat.
I know, right? Okay, 10 minutes left. Let's everybody either go to bed or go to work, depending on your time zone, or get weird with it in these last 10 minutes. I don't have any more weird left. That's not really true. I walk around just existing weirdly, but my outward weird, no. I've used it all up tonight, so it's somebody else's turn.
Hey.
Be a weirdo on the internet. Yeah, we have speaking of crowns, we have a resin inlay paddle design that if we could ever get the paddle inventory for it would be a crown.
Yeah.
We did it as a special order and it looked so good we were like, "Oh, we need that to be a design." But
yeah, so many things and not enough time.
Not enough time. Never enough time.
I keep looking at the cutting boards sitting up there. Need to do something with them next.
Yep. And then there's the ones down there that still need to be oiled.
So they need to be sanded.
Oh, they need to be sanded.
They haven't even
Okay.
had final sanding yet.
They're beautiful cutting boards.
Yeah.
We use one of the first ones you made. It's one we use.
I'm using it several years now.
Yeah, for sure. You can it's well used. Like you were saying, you're gonna need to go like sand it.
I'm gonna do a little touch up sanding on it. Yep. Oh yeah, it's pretty much the only cutting board that gets used around here anymore.
I know. I try not to use to cut like raw meat on it if I can help it, but sometimes in a pinch.
Yeah, no, raw meat's not good to do on that. Cooked meat, yeah.
Yeah, I'll only do it if there's like some reason why I can't use one of the other cutting boards. Yeah, I think we are all fading or have been faded. We weren't even in like full HD. None of us.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I know. This time of the year I don't sleep as well as I do when it's cooler.
I know. I still think of that one glorious night where the AC stayed down all night long. And it's the best night of sleep. See, your goals and your plans in life change over the years. As you get life experience, as shit happens, it's just age, and maybe you gain a little bit of wisdom. My life goal is not a brand new car. It's not some sort of luxury vacation. It's being able to comfortably and easily pay the electric bill and have the AC set 73, 74. That's what we're working towards. That is what we're working towards.
And Rowan Yaga, yeah, I agree with you. This week has felt like a year.
And yet, when I was telling JB how close we are to August, his eyes bugged out of his head.
Right?
Yeah, that's the thing I can't really wrap my head around is how fast this month is going.
Yeah.
And yet, how long the day and the weeks have been. I don't know what's happening with time. It's all collapsing on itself.
Right. It's beyond wibbly wobbly now.
Yeah, the doctor cannot help us sort out this particular timeline, though I wish they could.
Right.
Fingers crossed for a good walkthrough tomorrow, X and Silent. Yeah, it's exciting and stressful all at the same time.
Yep.
73 is not that cold when my hot flashes hit. And here's what I want.
It's too cold for normal people.
Here's what I want. I want the luxury of wrapping myself up in a blanket and not sweating through it. I probably still would if I get like a hot flash or whatever, but still. Like, please let me be a little cold. Instead of like the 3 months of a little bit of cold I get in what we pretend is winter around here. Please. Put some damn socks on, okay? If you're cold, put your robe on. You have a robe. You have slippers. We are doing everything we can to make sure when you get a little chill, you can warm up. I want to do whatever we have to do for me not to sweat in my own house. No, 78 is not here, Silent. Your weather, maybe 78 is perfect in the summer, but 78 would be too warm even for JB. We are sweltering in this house. 78
in the house, 78 outside.
Oh yeah, but
be
we would not
perfect.
set the thermostat
no,
to 78.
We would not. And I mean, even talking about 73, outside again, that's nice. Inside. 73.
See, if the outside is 78 or 73, we're opening the windows, man. Like, we're letting the breeze in.
Yeah.
But, no.
Oh, yeah. No, during, once the humidity and the heat is gone, we open the windows. I open the windows around the house. It's nice having the fresh air, the breeze coming through. Right now, no, we don't survive without AC.
No, but I think that's a given. It's just that 78 would be too hot for us.
Right.
77 is too warm for me, and JB finds it comfy. Yeah. When you start shivering at 75, we're going to have to we're going to acclimatize you. You are from upstate New York. I know you've dealt with colder temperatures.
Years ago?
So
I moved down here in spring of 81.
I was 2 years old. I was 2. And actually, depending on spring, no, I was 1.5. I wasn't even 2 yet.
Yeah, upstate New York was great when I was a kid, sledding, tobogganing, ice skating, skiing, all that great shit. Then once you're out of school and you got to drive in the snow in the winter and,
I'm not talking about snow. I'm talking about
cold. It all
cold. 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees. Yeah, cold. Mm-hmm. That's not what we're talking about, though. We're talking about 73 degrees.
I know.
You are the Florida transplant at this point after all these years. 40 plus years, let's be real, that on a 73 degree day, you do think you need a hoodie. I'm over here like shorts, t-shirt, standing, like waiting for the breeze to hit me. And I don't want to know what cold is, Silent. I am a Florida / / southern, like southern person for a reason. I don't
I don't
want to
miss
know what
it.
cold is.
As a kid growing up where I grew up, we had temps went below 0.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Y'all can keep that shit. No, thank you. No, thank you. Unless I'm living in a place where I can guarantee I don't have to go out in it, and where I'm staying is going to be cozy, comfy, warm to the degree that I would like it to be. No. No, thank you.
And I remember too, in the winters, we would get snow. We'd get 6 inches of snow, and then we'd get freezing rain, and there would be a layer of crust over top of the snow.
Here's the thing. I'm so sorry for y'all that you have had to experience that. I live in one of the craziest states in the country because of the fucking weather, okay? And only for the weather. And its proximity to water, even though I never go to the water, but I like to be near it. I don't want to know what cold is. I also would like to not know what this heat and humidity feel like during crazy climate change either. Like, can I go back to the temperatures I felt in the 80s? That would be great. I mean, the 1980s. So, anyway, it's midnight. And I now went on a rant about weather. We ended the way we started, quite frankly. Thank y'all for joining us. Even to our lurkers. You put us on as background noise. You just read the comments and didn't say anything. That's okay. I, too, have read a comment, heard a thing, and laughed to myself and shared it with nobody. I see you because I am you. We're going to go. We will be streaming on Wednesday.
Yep.
All the things. There are other words I think I'm supposed to say. I can't remember them. So, bye.
Bye.